क्रिकेट की पॉपुलैरिटी भी तंजानिया में बढ़ रही है। हम दोनों देशों के लोगों के बीच आपसी नजदीकियां बढ़ाने के प्रयास जारी रखेंगे। एक्सेलेंसी, एक बार फिर आपका और आपके डेलीगेशन का भारत में स्वागत है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. May I now give the floor to you, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Prime Minister Modi, official delegates from both sides of our governments, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to once again take this opportunity to thank Honorable Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, and the Government of India for cordial invitation and gracious hospitality rendered to me and my delegation since our arrival in New Delhi yesterday. This visit has provided us with yet another opportunity to cement further the excellent existing bilateral ties and bonds of cooperation. To us, Tanzania, India is like an extended family member, which is just a coast away. There's a story that before Gandhi's return to India, he made stop to Zanzibar on his way to South Africa. And in that 19th century, he stayed in a hotel, of which to date the hotel is very vibrant in its business. And it's now called Tembo House Hotel, situated at the center of Zanzibar town. This and many more other tales signifies the historical brotherly ties and a friendship, that spans a century. A friendship that has weathered all seasons, from the days of monsoon winds trade, colonial days, to officiate the relations to post-independence. Dear members of the press, this morning, as Right Honorable Prime Minister said, we had an opportunity to hold candid and amicable discussion with the government of India, and from the discussion I could see and feel the passion and commitment to solidify and scale our relations to greater heights. My visit is occurring just a few weeks after the G20 summit, and in this connection, I wish to commend Honorable Modi and the government of the Republic of India for successful hosting of the G20 summit. As you are aware, Tanzania and India continues to enjoy an excellent bilateral ties and solid historic relations, and this visit is to reaffirm the commitment by the United Republic of Tanzania to enhance and deepen the historic friendship and bilateral cooperation which has been existed over decades. It is also an opportunity for us to express our sense of gratitude to the invaluable support rendered by the government and the people of India to our socio-economic endeavors over decades. We have been working together in the development of various sectors, as they have been mentioned by His Excellency. But the decision by the Indian Institute of Technologies to establish the first ever overseas campus in our country is an honor and a privilege to us. We have been working in the supply of clean and safe water, as well as defense and security, also issues of our concern which have been adequately been worked out. On trade and investment, the numbers are satisfying. We are growing in investment. Indian investors to Tanzania, the number is growing. The value of the projects is growing as well. On trade volumes, the numbers are growing. As we're speaking, up to 2022, our figures were 3.1 billion US dollars. So this makes India the third largest trading partner in Tanzania and the 5th largest investor in our country. So with this visit, more are expected. We have managed to open more avenues of cooperation for economic development as well as political development. Some of the areas have been mentioned, nicely articulated by the Honorable Prime Minister, and so I wouldn't use much time to repeat on the areas, but we have agreed to open the new avenues of cooperation, as well as scaling up our cooperation to a strategic partnership framework. On multilateral cooperation, I won't be hesitating congratulating and commending India again and again for successful hosting of G20 summit. It is in this summit that Prime Minister Modi has succeeded in advocating for Africa to become the G20 full member. He has also advocated for debt relief initiative for the vulnerable nations and declared the urgency of mobilizing finances for developing countries for clean energy technologies so as to attain net zero emissions by 2050. Prime Minister Modi also we are commending him in making personal efforts to send messages of unity and not polarization, advocating for reforms in UN Security Council and the multilateral financial institutions and the WTO to align with the changing world dynamics essential for our socio-economic development. Now, we are aware of the coming Indian African Summit, and Tanzania has pledged that we'll be participating fully in this summit, and we are ready to play the role that will be required to play to make the summit successful. In conclusion, Tanzania wishes to reiterate further our commitment to closely work with the Republic of India in elevating our bilateral cooperation to a strategic partnership that will advance our development agenda to greater heights. Thank you very much. Shukriya. Sante sana.
Thank you, Excellency. That concludes the press statements. I thank you all for joining. Please wait until the leaders leave.
नई दिल्ली के हैदराबाद हाउस से आप ये सीधा प्रसारण देख रहे थे, जहां पर भारत और तंजानिया के बीच कई महत्वपूर्ण समझौतों पर हस्ताक्षर।
ये है इंदू ब्रॉडकास्टिंग प्राइवेट